Touchdown in Nebraska. From days at sea on the Hantavirus-struck cruise ship, now they're back on American soil, one of the last flights like these to return. Welcomed by hazmat suits, similar to the scenes they would have come across when they docked in Tenerife on Sunday. 2 people have now tested positive after they disembarked the ship, one in America, the other in France. Most people, though, in Nebraska are asymptomatic, and the governor was keen to stress they're in safe hands.
The passengers who are here at UNMC are going to receive nothing but world-class care. It's a guarantee. You can take it to the bank.
Perhaps wanting to avoid the row last week in Spain, where local leaders didn't want patients there, and the national government ultimately overruled them. Those that were flown to the UK arrived yesterday and were sent to Arrowe Park on Merseyside. This is the breakdown of where the passengers have been sent back to. 17 to the United States, 22 here in the UK, most to the Netherlands, where the ship is based, and the places highlighted right now, like Canada, Spain and France.
Ce matin que les tests sont revenus positifs.
In France, their health minister was on the radio this morning, warning that more cases could happen because of the long incubation period. A French woman who tested positive for hantavirus is currently in intensive care, but stable. Back here, the former cruise passengers are on day 1 of quarantine on the Wirral.
What we're recommending is very similar to what South Korea did for their COVID patients in isolation, which is just making sure that they're supported emotionally, practically, logistically, medically, and making sure that they get through this period of time without exposing anybody else to this disease.
Why do you think some people have freaked out almost at this virus? Is that a hangover of COVID and anxiety that people had?
We're dealing with outbreaks all the time. I mean, just in my career, I've actively dealt with Ebola, Zika virus, swine flu, avian flu, COVID. And so this is just another one on top of it with the added complicated factor of the 19 nationalities, a cruise ship, and international travel, which is why I think it is more worrying than it would usually be.
For one British patient on a remote island in the southern Atlantic, the extraordinary measure was taken by the UK Army to parachute medical staff and supplies.
So there's only 2 ways to get to Tristan da Cunha. It's boat or it's parachute.
Brigadier Ed Cartwright coordinated his team from Colchester. He told me the important detail that the locals greeted them with cottage pie, but also how challenging this all was.
You're trying to land on a relatively small island, and in order to calculate the winds, you had to release the parachutists out to sea, so the winds then push them onto the island. Now, if you get the calculations wrong, the winds are too strong, you might push them straight over the island. They go into the Atlantic on the far side. They were released 5 kilometres out to sea over the Atlantic, and then from very skillful parachuting, they managed to land their parachutes on the island in about the right place, and most importantly, safely.
Still on the ship, though, the captain and crew. They'll be sailing to the Netherlands, where the ship is based, for disinfection.